And boy, Raleigh smokes that one out into center field. That gets Crawford to the plate, and Seattle scores the game's first run today. It's 1-0.
Here's another pitch right here that's left up out over the plate. Raleigh staying on top of this and hitting a line drive right back through the middle. Looks like Sampson just having trouble keeping that ball down in the strike zone right now.
He hits that ball sharply down to first, but handled cleanly down there, and Sampson getting over to cover. That's the second out of the inning. Jared Walsh, the first baseman today. Yeah.
Conversations about a couple of players in that bullpen.
Ryan Anderson takes this one off the wall in right field, and Carter with a little bobble won't affect things at all. Anderson with a one-out double for Seattle, which we will see, no doubt, at times during the regular season. Here's Ryan Bliss for Taveras and Garcia, but also Wyatt Langford. And the thing about that flexibility to give those guys a day off their feet. This one into left field for Langford. And Bliss retired 2 away.
Well, and for the team to be able to have the ability to rest guys on a regular basis, rotate them possibly. We've heard Chris Young mention this about on a day-to-day basis.
Well, 1-0 by the Phillies years ago. And a chopper shortstop. Routine play for Duffy. And it completes a scoreless second inning. We played that those guys would return for opening day. And I don't know if that was the case initially, right? When those injuries occurred, certainly there's never a guarantee, but there's some fear that they might have to open the season without one or both of those guys on the club.
Well, I must tell you, yesterday morning I got here pretty early, and as I was walking by the batting cages by the locker room, I looked over and I heard that sound, right? Just crack, crack, crack. And I went in and took a look in here, and I watched Corey Seager taking batting practice. And I'm thinking, boy, doesn't look like he's having to hold off on anything. I mean, he was really getting after it. And then followed up by today. So I think there's probably a really high optimism that he's going to be swinging the bat. Now, whether he goes out into the field or not, that might be another question. But boy, based on the last 2 days, you're hoping that he's going to be in that starting.
He kind of thought a two on, one off, 2 in the field, 1 DHing to start things.
Yeah, you never, with injuries coming out of spring training, make sure that I am fully 100%, because an oblique is something that could kind of just be for a long time.
You just can't take that risk, as Wenzel serves one into center, and his good spring continues.
That Bochy talked about that oblique, that if you come back too quickly and re-injure it, it ends up taking a lot longer, as you see Wenzel hitting this ball right off the end of the bat. Finding some grass out there in center field.
A nice spring for Wenzel. I think for him, probably an important one. I'm the guy you drafted in the second round. Same draft as Josh Young. Wenzel out of Baylor. He's got some power.
That's tough duty.
Yeah. You can speak to that a little bit, right? This ball hit well, center field, and tracked down out there on a warning track by Marlowe. And the inning is done. They just need another run. Still 3-0. Josh Rojas, he grounded out earlier, and he fouls that one away, 1-1. This player, and then prior to that, Kyle Seager. So dating back to like 2011. They have been really stable there with guys who play 150 games, at least that.
And with damage.
Yes, almost, I think 80% of his career home runs must have come against the Rangers.
And let's go another step back, Kyle. So yes, they've had some really solid players over at the hot corner.
This year, more of a platoon, and Rojas grounds out to Walsh for the first out of the game. Iowa and Des Moines. A roller second base for Simeon, and Sampson has his first 1-2-3 inning of the afternoon. It's still 3-0 Mariners. But how to work, too. Here's a bouncer, just does sneak through, and Duffy is aboard. He gets Garcia to the plate, and the Rangers have a 4-3 lead, their first lead of the afternoon.
You just love seeing the veteran Duffy take this ball right back through the middle. Little hanging breaking ball. Gets past a diving Crawford at short. And the veteran picks up a...
Somebody might find a gap. There's a bouncer shortstop. Crawford with a quick flip. Bliss makes the turn easily, and that does end the inning. But the Rangers played 4 runs. Little offensive outburst for the Texas Rangers. They have their first lead of the afternoon.
It's not just a one-day thing. It, used to be just the home run derby and the All-Star game, but it is a 5 to 6 day just baseball fest, and everything about it is just, you're gonna love it.
Again, come back and get like a second life in their big league career. And for Sampson, that meant a couple of years with the Cubs. Last year, did not get back to the big leagues. He had to come back from some injuries, spent most of the year in AAA Iowa in Des Moines. A roller second base for Simeon, and Sampson has his first 1-2-3 inning of the afternoon. It's still 3-0 Mariners. Base hit batter, walk. Somebody might find a gap. There's a bouncer shortstop. Crawford with a quick flip. Bliss makes the turn easily, and that does end the inning. But the Rangers played 4 runs. Oh, little offensive outburst for the Texas Rangers. They have their first lead of the afternoon.
Seattle coaching in the Futures game and participating in a bunch of the stuff around the side, and I'm probably will be doing some of that as well in Texas. And there is so much. I had no idea just how big the event is. It's not just a one-day thing. It used to be just the home run derby and the All-Star game, but it is a 5 to 6 day just baseball fest, and everything about it is just, you're gonna love it.
That one fouled right down off his foot. So he was batting left-handed against Sampson, and now gets in there with the right side against Jacob. And of course we'll get maybe another inning or two here, and you'll start seeing the teams sub in out at the plate in this inning as minor leaguers for a lot of the starters and big name guys like Raleigh. This fly ball to center field puts an end to the inning. 3 runs though for the Mariners, and they retake the lead at 6-4. Part of the broadcast where you feel pretty much naked. Fly ball, well struck, deep to center, and that one is gone. El Bombi with his second spring home run, and he's having a day today. A double, a homer, he's driven in 2.
Garcia's had some really good at-bats, hitting the ball right on the button all afternoon. Earlier in the ball game, he hit a double off the top of the left field wall. But this one goes just a little bit further. Fastball right, belt high out over the plate. Yeah, Dolis doesn't miss those pitches. And I think he knew it. Right as that ball touched the wood.
Quantify it, but there is a feeling of, I don't want to say calm, but yeah, at the level that they all kind of carry that now.
That ball poked out into left field, and Canzone able to run underneath it. Walsh retired for the second out of the inning. A couple years ago, and he shoots this one out to center field, but right to Marlowe, and the inning is done. The Rangers, though, get a run back on the Garcia homer. We've played 5 innings, and it's a 1-run game.
We're still at the best come the end of the year.
You still have plenty of firsts to experience. You're going to experience your first opening day. Have you thought about what that's going to be like?
It's going to be awesome. From everything that I've heard, it's, you know, a special day, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Wyatt Langford, a lot of talk about him, a lot of talk about the two of you together, the youth that you possess, but the maturity that you possess.
That happened, you know.
Relationship been like between the two of you?
Yeah, it's been really cool. He's somebody that I've talked to a lot throughout camp. We've been around each other a ton in the same groups.
Yeah.
Teams of the clubs will give you a full roster, right? In the old days, it was like they just bring up kids from the minor leagues and number 95 and number 67.
Yeah.
And with no names.
Well, and then the killer was when they'd have a number 95 in left field and a number 95 playing first. You're like, well, now, wait a minute. And well, our media guys aren't ready yet. They're not out. Anyway, they are a lot better now. And it's really helpful. 1-2 pitch. And that's scooped in the air. Back at third when Zell couldn't quite get to it. And so that drops in for an RBI single for